There are many S.T.A.L.K.E.R mods. Some are standout and well-established parts of the community, but there is another side to S.T.A.L.K.E.R mods. An obscure side, mainly popular within a more underground audience, and today we'll be looking at one of those obscure mods, S.T.A.L.K.E.R Apocalypse. S.T.A.L.K.E.R Apocalypse was actually not my first choice. First I thought of reviewing several other mods, but all of them were like clicking a button that says free crash log. S.T.A.L.K.E.R Apocalypse has two versions, one being on the original X-ray engine and being very similar to Shadow of Chernobyl, and the other one on a more modernized engine called OGSR, so I decided to give both of them a try. At first sight, I knew the original would be quite the experience, as everyone in the zone sounds like they just came back from having a stroke. Yes, Nichrome, everything is as before, the madhouse, in a word. This is normal. Diggers had to meet, and what happened to them? Snorky catches them, it's already funny, right? You laugh, and what? The big values kept diggers in the cache. Hello faster, how's life, S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
Yes. Go!
Well, I tried to play through it until I got this magical quest that just completely broke, and I decided to give the other version a try. The OGSR engine instantly looked far more promising, as you can actually read a fucking dialogue, and there is also quest markers and overall more stability. Well, let's take a look at the gunplay. Thanks to the OGSR engine, the vanilla gunplay is overhauled with a better one, although I'd say it makes fighting quite easy. You point and click and the enemy usually dies, similar to most mods of Eastern origin that remove some of the complexities of the gunplay in favor for more insanity, which is fine by me. There is plenty of variety in each mod that way, and the gun roster is quite fine by me, even though I'm not sure where some of these models originate from. Most likely the OGSR team themselves, with a few STCOP guns to fill in. Visually, the mod is quite decent, although there is a ton of vegetation in some areas, making it difficult to see, and now the NPCs can see right through most tall grass easily, so you can get one tapped by a random gopnik across agro bomb, especially bad at night. Overall, I like the visuals, and the lighting is a bit quirky with the sun rays of different colors blasting your eyeballs, as if the monolith is trying to reach out to you, but it works well enough to give an atmospheric S.T.A.L.K.E.R feel with a bit of a twist. Story-wise, the mod takes place right after the events of Shadow of Chernobyl. After returning from the power plant, S.T.A.L.K.E.R seeks a way out of the zone. The military promises help, but it will take 5 days for transport to arrive, so S.T.A.L.K.E.R spends a while messing around the cordon before being called by the captain of the outpost to help with a mission in Yantar. It goes as well as you can expect. A group of unknown stalkers attack S.T.A.L.K.E.'s group and has to kick their ass before discovering that the entirety of Yantar is dead, including the scientists. S.T.A.L.K.E.R then decides to figure out what happened, which leads him to a group called S.E.A.R.C.H that claims that a new experimental weapon was used in Yantar. S.T.A.L.K.E.R ventures out to look for clues about the weapon and soon finds that the people responsible for it is a group called Apocalypse, which are apparently so dangerous that the monolith offers for all major factions to unite against them. And everyone agrees without a second thought, because apparently the monolith are no longer crazed fanatics in this game. So far so good, the story is kind of interesting, but the game decides to absolutely drop the ball with the main questline when you have to collect 6 million rubles to buy 6 overpowered weapons for the members of S.E.A.R.C.H. And it took me 1.5 real life days to collect all this money, and the questline broke. So we use paint for the rest of the story. S.T.A.L.K.E.R and his merry men team up with the monolith and venture towards the MPP. After getting inside the sarcophagus, S.T.A.L.K.E.R finds Sharon, who fucking dies because Mamalint rejected him, so S.T.A.L.K.E.R fucks off into the monolith control center where he meets a bunch of scientists who are trying to clone him. They offer S.T.A.L.K.E.R a bribe if he leaves them alone, and if the player accepts, then S.T.A.L.K.E.R goes to America with $1 million. If not, he shoots the scientists and their henchmen and saves the day. Then he happily fucks off out of the zone. Overall, the story isn't anything too special, but it's enough of a plot to explore the zone and shoot things. I don't really like how Apocalypse have been given zero real lore other than just some guys replacing the monolith with infinite disposal of both grunts and high-tier guns in the zone, with edgy names like Function, or Function, or Function. Okay, we get the idea. The side quests themselves are rather lame. You don't have any normal trader task for money, and all the other side quests are just lame ways to fuck with the player. Like getting the artifact that just hurts you occasionally, or getting the legendary overpowered artifact that also fucks with you by spawning 3 bloodsuckers and 3 controllers when you pick it up. And it's not like you can outgun them, because being near a controller is enough for them to melt your brain, and even if you cheese the artifact by rolling it away from its spot and picking it up safely, every save you load will spawn 2 bloodsuckers and sometimes a controller right behind you, sometimes killing you instantly. There is also headhunters literally scattered everywhere around the zone. Apparently everyone, their sisters, cousins, aunts, dog want to get their hands on S.T.A.L.K.E.R for never explained reason. Like, the guy can mow down half the zone by himself, why does Igor Vova think he can do any better? The mod by itself is alright if you just want to try something that's different, and not like every single Mega Giga Realism Tarkov shooter mod out there. It's especially popular with the Russian community, but I feel like it's too janky for me to actually recommend you playing it, especially after farming 6 million rubles. Still, if you have masochistic tendencies, give the OGSR version a try, but the original one should stay buried underground in my opinion. This mod is also part of a trilogy together with Search DCRI, I don't know if I said that right, and Duty Philosophy of War. And I'll most likely review them too at some point. If you want it to be sooner, just tell me. For now, that's it. Thank you. You can go now.